Yo, my guys, what it look like, man.
What's up, Rap?
Hey, this is the Hustle with Dan, episode 18, man. Hey, we've been making it. I still can't believe they gave us a second season, man. It's hard to believe, man. Oh my God, that's Death Row. Death Row's in the building.
All day.
Death Row's in the building. Hey, I got my man King C. Los, and I got K Mill 652 in the house. Hey, how was y'all weekend, man? How's everything going? Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Yes, sir. This is SM Enlightenment Television, The Hustle with Dan, episode 18. Man, y'all ready? We moving along.
Oh, yeah, we ready.
This is moving great.
Gotta feed these streets.
We're gonna jump right into it. You know how we do it. We're gonna jump right into it. Since this is International Women Month, Women Month and International Women Week, we decided to talk about some of the women that changed history. Women activists, the top 5 most important women activists of all time.
Yep.
King C. Los, what you got for me, man? I know you got. Just think of just think real quick and just come up with something. Female that changed history.
Rosa Parks.
Okay, that was a good one. That's definitely a good one. She did change history, but she didn't make this top 5.
I don't know how she didn't.
I know. I'm saying what I was thinking too.
Hey, who that producer? Who the producer?
Man.
They said because she was a red bone and the dark skinned girl did it first.
Hey.
Here we go. What do you want? Cut.
K Mills.
Cut. Oh my God.
Hey, know what they said? Know what they said at school?
Oh my. We starting to show off like this.
K Mill 652, who you got for me, man? I know you got somebody. Just give me a wild guess.
Yeah, I'm going to this chick. I think her name Mary, because I used to have a crush on this woman named Mary. So I'm gonna go with that one. I'm going with Mary. I forgot the last name.
Come on, man. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. I know you've been reading my notes.
I thought he was gonna say yeah, never mind.
I know he's been reading my notes, man.
Hey, she got
the top 5, man. We got number 1, Allison Paul. Number 2, Maud Wood Park. Right? 3, Mary, K Mills, homegirl, Mary Bethune.
Make a mean sweet potato pie.
Oh, yep. And then we got number 4, Rose. Who was that? Stottleman. Number 4. And then number 5, we got Eleanor Roosevelt. Out of those top 5s.
That name sound more familiar than everybody, but
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
and we're gonna go right into it. K Mills. I mean, since you know about Mary, K Mills, tell me a little bit about Mary.
Nah, man. Like I said, she make a mean sweet potato pie. You can't get it now, but back in the day, that's all I can tell you.
Okay, what about you, King C. Los? You know any of these activists that's on this list? Eleanor Roosevelt, Maud Wood Park, Allison Paul, Mary Bethune. I know y'all know that name. The last name is very familiar, Bethune.
Sorry. The only Park I know is Rosa, and she was left off. I'm mad.
Yeah. I was the same way. She was a civil rights activist. These are more of women rights activists.
So let me explain.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So for the women's right for minimum wage and stuff like that.
Yeah, voting.
Yeah.
The amendment for voting. They Allison Paul. Let's go into Allison Paul was known as a strategist of campaigns for the 19th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. She was born in 1885. She died in 1977, and she was part of the National Women's History Movement. So that's the type of women that we're talking about tonight. These are women that changed history for women. Then Maud Wood Park. She's from Boston, Mass. She was born 1917. She started working as a National American Women's Suffrage Association, in which she had the task to attain approval from Congress for this amendment. So this was from 1917 to 1919. Then you got Dr. Mary Bethune, which everybody should know, Bethune-Cookman, which is a college,
Yeah.
HBCU.
Marooning,
Named after
maroon
her.
and gold, maroon and white.
Now she is a civil rights activist, a human, a philanthropist, a statesman, a stateswoman. She's an advisor. She was an advisor for President FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, which she helped form the Black Cabinet. The Black Cabinet, one of the famous HBCUs, was Bethune-Cookman. That's named after her, Bethune-Cookman University. And then Rose Steidemann, founder of the International Ladies Garment Workers Union. So she's one of the founders of a union. And she was one of the first to form a union for all women. So that's very. And then Eleanor Roosevelt, which is FDR's wife. She also served as the longest first lady in the history of the White House. She was a delegate to the United Nations. She was a part of the General Assembly for Women Rights, Human Rights, part of the Presidential Commission on the Status of Women. So all these women changed the perspective of what's going to happen in history for women. And right now, what do y'all think about the voters? The voters movement, like the right to vote for females. I mean, women. What are y'all thoughts on that? Like some of the changes that they did that they was part of. Starting with you, King C-Los.
I mean, I guess it was about damn time, I guess.
Right.
For so long in this country, we had voter suppression, and
Right.
And you weren't a male, you couldn't vote. A lot of people don't know, blacks got the right to vote.
And they didn't count
before women.
Before right? Women, yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like all that stuff is like, I sum it up about damn time. Right. But not to take away from, some of the women that were impactful and a part of that movement. I think it's a big deal. I think women vote more now than ever. They are a pivotal voting bloc when it comes to
They changed this election. Yeah, think about it. They really changed this election.
I think it's women from the suburbs, right? You just kind of think through that. Women from the suburbs really changed the election. It was a huge swing from 2016 to 2020 in favor of Joe Biden. So big shout out to all the women, of course. I'm a big fan. Having
I'm a very big fan.
I won't go.
I'm part of the biggest fan. I'm part of the biggest fan in the history.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah,
I'm a very big fan.
So that's
what about you, K Mill 652? What you got, man?
Well, yeah, that brought me like back when they first let black people vote. Period, and they had like the black votes right here. You couldn't put them in the other box, but you put in the black votes, and then they threw the box away. So I'm pretty sure they did the women like that when they first agreed. But not every state. It was only certain states that did that. They threw them votes away.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They still throw votes away right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We came a long way, but they still throwing them away now.
Yeah, they're still throwing. They look at me and say, this Anthony. Who does Anthony? Oh, throw it in trash.
But I think there was a point where women were considered as second-class citizens at one point too, right? It was like, all right, the man does this, the man does that. And it was kind of written into our Constitution the way kind of everything transpired over the years. Yeah. It was and you take a back seat. You don't speak until you're speaking to. You don't make a decision until your husband comes home to make it for you.
And it didn't matter what color you was, neither. It didn't matter if you were black or white. It was the same thing for the women.
So women across all racial lines were kind of, segregated to that second class citizenship. So now you see what women are doing. I mean, like most of our guests, with the exception of one person, have been women. And you just kind of fast forward and look over history, like, man, women came a long way. This struggle was totally different from a man's, right? when you kind of break it up. But like women are doing it like big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's, like you said, women they've been the backbone of a lot of things in the history of, like, because behind every strong man is a strong woman, if you really look at it. And
Yep.
a lot of times they are the thinkers behind that strong man. They make the
Mm-hmm.
logic decisions behind the strong man. Like, even though we step up to the plate and do what we got to do, you got a lot of women behind these men that are giving them that decision power to say, hey, you should do this. You should go this way. You should go that. You know, they the backbone of the world, pretty much. Women are the backbone of the world.
It's interesting you say that because I'm a very strong man and very, very single. So I'm
Yeah,
not.
me too.
I don't,
So
Yeah,
I
me
don't,
I
too.
guess
Me
my
three.
mama the backbone
Me
then.
I don't
three.
know what my woman
Me
is.
three.
Lowe's, I guess our mama's the backbone. The backbone.
Wait, hold up.
Me
I'm doing
three.
this out here by myself.
Hey, I've been making these decisions by myself for the last,
I'm not sure where
God.
Oh man.
like real talk. Like
Yeah.
for
I've been
us,
making a
right?
lot of decisions. I need that
Hey,
strong black woman. Or,
hey, I,
young lady. I need a strong young lady
I
behind
Yeah,
definitely
me.
need one. Hey, I make a lot of wrong decisions.
women. We talk about all women, but a real good woman.
All women. Yeah.
Like I
I
mean, like
love
I
all
do a
women.
lot of different things by myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you out there, lady, special lady,
Mm-hmm.
you're on my level, holla at me because this train has already been moving. It's been moving up the
Mm-hmm.
mountain. So I need somebody that's going to support that and get behind that, contribute to it, not just punch a ticket and just take the ride. I need somebody to be putting in work too. You feel me? So I'm a
Yeah.
strong, powerful man, and I'm doing my thing out here. So just want to give a shout out and profile and market myself out there as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right,
Yes,
right.
sir. K Mills, you want to put an advertisement out there for the Oprah? Because you pretty much stole it from me
Like
last week.
Oprah already know that. All I want is my child support.
Hey, you pretty much just stole it away from me last week. You know how you did me last week. So let me go ahead. Do you want to, since we talking about women today,
Mhm.
do you want to give a shout out to Miss Oprah? Because you
Yeah, give
stole
us
it away from me last week.
yeah, give us a shout out. You know, it's tax time coming around. Just hook your boy up with something.
Yeah, yeah. Holler at your boy.
You get a house. You get a house.
Oh
But
man.
man, any final thoughts? Anybody you thought should have made the list that didn't make the list? I know you said Rosa Parks, King
Yeah.
Celos. She was more
Yep.
of a civil rights activist, so she was for everybody, all blacks. Uh, and she was a part of the civil rights movement. Okay, anybody else that you looked at and say, hey, maybe this person should have been in, activists from. Now these are defining women of history. I mean, these
Mhm.
women was born back in the 1800s and 1900s, the early 1900s.
Mm-hmm. And shame on me for not knowing the name. And I was actually watching a really good documentary on Netflix
Mm-hmm.
regarding Harriet Tubman, right? And I'm not just talking about from a perspective of just the black plight and the black movement, right? I thought
Right.
Harriet Tubman was symbolic of, North versus South. We're talking about the country being divided
Right.
and really the Underground Railroad and how that led to, folks, and it wasn't all black people just helping blacks escape the South into the North. It was white people as well. So I think that was a defining moment in everything that kind of transpired, and if you really kind of dive in and peel back some of the layers, not Rosa Parks, I'm sorry, Harriet Tubman's actions was a defining moment for women and women to the respect of stepping out of the shadows of men and really coming into their own. So if you really think about that, she that lit the fire, and I think a lot of the Rosa Parks of the world and Harriet Tubman's really inspired white women to step up and say, if they can do it, we can. And look where we are now.
Mhm.
Okay. With that being said, we're gonna jump into the next segment. And I think this is another touchy segment. That's a topic that a lot of people don't like to really touch on, but we have to really touch on it. So the shooting the breeze topic tonight is basically saying, should women be head coaches in men-driven professional sports, or should they play and should they be able to play into these men-driven professional sports? Now,
kick us off, Billy.
kick us off, K Mills 652. I know you got something for
us. Well, I think it's already a woman that played keep the field goals in the NFL. I may be wrong, but I know they do in college.
And it's definitely not in the NFL. I ain't never seen a woman in the NFL.
It's definitely women. It's definitely a women head coach. Well, a women's coach in the NFL.
Yeah, women coaches, but not head coaches. Now, remember, should they be head coaches?
Yeah, I mean, I can see them being a head coach in basketball, baseball, but see, women really can't play football like that unless they're kickers. So I ain't saying they ain't tough enough. I'm just saying, how can you coach something that you really ain't never played? But anything possible. I mean, if they got the skills to do it, let them do it.
Okay, now King C-Los.
So in order to keep my reputation with
that's why I said K Mills lost his reputation.
I said they can coach, man. I said they already coach basketball and they're coaching football at Washington. I'm just saying, as a head coach for the NFL, it's hard for me to, if I was the GM or the owner, it'd be hard for me to hire a woman as a head coach because I know she never played football. Now, she played football when she was in high school or ninth grade or something. Of course, I hire her because she know the sport. You got to play it to know it.
All right, well, King C-Los.
I'll put it this way. I think women can, I think they can do a lot of things men can do, with regards to coaching and all that stuff. And I'll leave it like that, right? I'm not going to get into the details of like, all right, well, they may be.
Because you got to remember now,
like,
for real.
Yeah.
The sports are driven by analytics.
Yeah.
I think anybody can step up and be analytics. You got jobs like data analyst or a business analyst, and that's what the sports are driven by right now. Analytics. It's not about if I played, this person played. Most of the people they hire right now for sports are analytic genius. People that they look at as analytic geniuses.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, yeah, definitely I believe a female can coach in any of these sports right now from a head coaching perspective because of the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL, MLS,
right,
are all based on analytics.
Right. And they can probably to even take it another level, like there's a lot of guys in the GM role.
Right.
I mean, think about that. That never played the sport.
Right.
But they're general managers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just kind of put that in perspective of like someone that didn't play, man or female.
Right.
I mean, like to your point, and it's driven by analytics. And if you can put 1 + 1 and get 2, then you're good. If
you put the right player here, the right player there,
and get 4,
game over.
Yeah, we ain't gonna hire you. If you can't match.
But your players got to respect you as a coach, or you can't win.
You're right. But
I mean, but that's changing. The dynamics of that is changing.
Yes.
Look at who was it? Jerry, the Chicago Bulls general manager, who put together one of the best franchises.
Yeah, but he wasn't the coach though. Phil Jackson was the coach.
But he's higher than the coach. But if you see
Jerry
me,
what's his name? Roseman or something?
Jerry, I don't know, but they didn't like him. None of them liked him, though, remember? Jordan, none of the players didn't like him.
But look what you can't touch what he did.
Yeah, he put it together, but he didn't coach it. He didn't win no games. He just put it together.
He didn't coach it, but he put it together.
Yeah, he put it together.
What that means is the mastermind is, it's the players for most. The coaches get a lot of credit as well.
The coach and the players.
K Mills touch on something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
This is another question I'm gonna relate to both of y'all. He just said it. Do you feel women would get the same respect factor in these professional sports as head coaches or professional players? I'm not saying professional WNBA. I'm talking about female crossing over being a professional in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA, I can see it in the NBA. It's the NFL was hard. What I was
And then
saying,
NFL, I'm saying like females crossing over to be in the NFL
I say,
and Major League Soccer and
oh yeah, all the
baseball.
sports. See, every sport that a woman can play, yeah, they people will respect them. But like I say, football, it ain't too many women that play football. So as a head coach, it's gonna be hard for the women to get the respect from the players. But it's possible.
But
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's
now,
women.
do you think females can cross over and play professional football?
I mean, like I said, some of them keep field goals. I done seen them keep. Matter of fact, when I was coaching, we had a girl that played linebacker.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
wasn't
I'm
coaching the
not
team
just
though. I
talking
was
about.
coaching
I'm not
basketball
just
now.
talking about field goal kicker.
So don't find me.
I'm not talking about just a field goal kicker. I'm talking about actually going out there playing
Yeah,
linebacker,
she
receiver,
played linebacker.
corner.
So let
She
me
played linebacker.
going with that. I think you're asking if women can play in the NFL, and my
Probably
answer
not.
would be it would be very difficult, very challenging
Yeah.
to play in the
But it's
NFL.
a test. It's a good test. It's a measuring stick.
Okay, well, it ain't a test for me because I already have the answer.
Okay.
Right? I created the answer. But the fact is that I don't, like it's going to be tough because of the physical nature of the game, right?
That's
speed of the game,
hey,
and all those other things. So don't get it twisted. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful to any woman because I have a lot of women in my life. The fact is that are
love women. Now,
that are family ladies. But the fact
women.
is that it's a different world, a different, ideally we would want to think we're all equal with respect to things that, we're talking about right now, sport. But the fact is, and these are facts, imagine allowing a man to play, in the WNBA.
Somebody tried it.
Michael Jordan to play in the WNBA. There would be uproars how unfair it is. And it's the same to the reverse of that. So we got to be careful about when we're talking about men and women and all that stuff. We were created by our creator differently. Differently. The key word is differently. And then that's what it is.
Okay, so now my next question for you
go ahead.
Is which professional male-driven sport do you see a female being able to play and put up good numbers out of all the sports? Now, name like NHL,
basketball,
NBA,
and track.
Okay, and King CeeLo, what you think? Baseball, basketball, football, hockey,
yeah, baseball too.
Soccer.
Now, see, I because I haven't seen it, I don't want to project that it could happen, right? I mean, we say basketball. I mean, there's this level of skill that you have to perform at in the professional basketball league. You talk about softball versus baseball, different. I mean, the ball's coming at you.
Yeah, your ball bigger, but
it's a lot smaller. All those things.
And now that softball, the women that pitch, that softball be going about 80 miles per hour too. Now when they throw it.
I played baseball with girls, man, on our team. Baseball.
Yeah, but baseball. Yeah.
Well, and again, I'm not trying to. We're talking about professional sports. We're not talking about high school. We're also talking. I'm keeping it real. I want to make sure we're staying on point. And there's a reason why they kept it separate, like track and field. You take your fastest woman and you line her up against Usain Bolt. Are you going to put your money against Usain Bolt? That's a question.
Oh no.
Okay, yeah, that was a question. Don't all go at once.
Oh yeah, but what was that relay team the USA had with them 4 women back in the day?
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. Now, when it comes to track and field, now you got some women that's right there with them guys when it comes to the running the 100, running the 200.
That relay team.
Jordan Kersey was one of them. She was one of the tops in the history. Track and field is easy to cross over because they already crossed over.
Yeah,
track and field are already part of.
They base times off each other.
Yeah, they already like track and field is already one of them sports that's like combined together.
But don't discount, and I think women are more than capable of doing anything a man can. But don't discount the mental aspect of the game.
Right.
You know, you line yourself up against a bunch of, like it's like walking into the building and you're the only woman, and then it's still some of those factors that kind of weigh in, and sometimes we can lose before we actually compete. So if we think that we're less than our competitor, we go into the competition already five steps behind.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that in mind, the mental aspect of it. But again, I'm not trying to diss anyone, because I think, and there's going to come a point, maybe 50 years, 60 years down the road, where, the sports are integrated and everyone is equal, right? I just don't know if we're at that point now. And I think it's premature for us to be, speculating.
Now,
Because
my last question before we go into it, we go into what's coming up next, that K Mill story to tell. But before we go into that, hey, the last question: do you think, looking at the WNBA, they got a pay increase? Now, should they be getting the same amount of money that the NBA players are getting? And just same thing when you're looking at some of the other sports that's like has that they trade off, like track and field. The professional track and field players on both sides, the male and female, should they be getting the same endorsements? Same amount of money in their endorsements. Same thing, equal pay. They play in the professional sports. WNBA is still considered NBA. It's still professional women's basketball. Should they get at least, they're not even getting half of what the men getting.
All right, so I'll say it this way. I think it should be driven by ratings, and it should be driven by sales, right? So it should be that. It should, I shouldn't give you $100 million if you have one person that shows up to your game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the issue. They don't put the marketing dollars behind the WNBA like they do with the NBA. That's what we got to think about too, from the marketing standpoint.
But you also
the NBA is carrying it.
But you also have to look at it from a trends perspective, right?
Right.
You're a businessman. So the trends is that because you have a more established market and a more established product, it makes sense to continue on with that, putting the marketing behind it. The WNBA, well, 20 years old, if that.
Right.
So it's growing though. It's still growing. It's still growing.
Yeah. Behind the NBA when it first started out was not all.
I'm gonna tell you what messed up the WNBA, because they paired them off with the NBA teams. The WNBA started off as pair teams. You think about it, the Hornets had a team, and then they had the women Hornets. Then they had every team had their own pair of female team. They should have separated the leagues from day one and just market both leagues separately and gain the momentum of, that's how the players will be getting that type of money right now from the WNBA. Like you said, they 20 years old, but they really only 10 years of really making marketing money, marketing dollars, promotional money. So that's why I think they messed up at when they first started the WNBA league. They should have started off separately. They shouldn't have the same teams driving together. Like when you had an NBA team, you had also a WNBA team that was locked in together.
Yeah, because the NBA team were paying for the women.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even the owner, most of the owners of the WNBA teams own the NBA teams. So it was.
You had to get money from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm very proud of the fact that they have a WNBA. They have something for women, right? And again, I don't know what the future may hold, but what I do know is right now, and is that we still live in a society where we still have biases. We still live in a society where we're still questioning whether women and men are paid equally for the same job. Forget sports. We're talking about doctor, dentist, CEO. Looking at that,
hey, Lowe's, before you go in that rap, we're gonna talk about that soon. That's gonna be another topic. I got that coming up. We got that coming up before we go into that. I know, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the K-Mill. We're gonna leave the shooting the breeze segment. Any final thoughts before we move this segment real quick? Any final thoughts?
Big supporter of women's sports and everything that we're talking about here. I would love to see a woman cross over and be a head coach, a GM, participate physically in men's sports. I would love to see it. I love it. And I would encourage our young ladies to continue to push that on their kids and their daughters to go out and support women and young lady sports.
Yes. K Mills, any final thoughts before we go into the story to tell segment?
Nah,
I know you got a good one.
I'm good.
Okay. Well, since you so good, we're gonna start good this story to tell segment. Here. We're gonna jump right into it. This is the K Mills. I got storage. I'm sipping on. This ain't nothing but just water.
Is that gin and juice?
This is just water, man. I'm just drinking on water. Fiji water. That's all I'm drinking. So I'm gonna jump right into it. The K Mills story to tell segment. Take it away, K Mills. I'm gonna sit back and sip on my Fiji water.
They gotta feed these streets.
Feed these streets.
All right, check this out, right? Y'all remember from the story last week that the chick, I parked my car at the chick house, the little Latino chick with the green eyes and the long hair. All right, so this week is about her. Oh yeah, it could be your baby mama. Now I ain't gonna show you her face. Now I ain't gonna show you the face on this one. Oh, y'all can't see her face. No. So check this out, right? So me and this chick been talking for 2 weeks since I parked my car at her house. So one day she like, yo, come check me out. I said, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. So I come check you out. So I go over there. As soon as I walk in the house, I see 3 chicks, other chicks there. I'm like, oh man, I done hollered at all 3 of these chicks and got their number on my phone. I said, what is she trying to set me up? But nah, she won't. She sat on the couch. She told me to come sit with her. I sat down. The other chicks stayed like 5 more minutes later. Then they left. Soon them chicks left. Old girl snatched my she snatched my clothes off and went to bob. She turned to a bobblehead. I said, oh my God.
Oh, not a bobblehead. Not a baseball bobblehead.
Oh man, she looking at me with them green eyes. So she like, yo, let's go back there in the room. I said, okay, all right. So we go back there in the room. Now I put the Jimmy on extra tight. So I get her. I'm on top of the getting or whatever. So I'm like, yo, what is that? Matter of fact, I know that smell. You probably got a dead rat in your vent or something. She like, probably. So I'm like,
oh my God. Oh my God.
So I'm like, yo, I said, matter of fact.
Oh my God.
I said, matter of fact, turn over.
I put the shades on this one.
I said, turn over. She turned over. So, I went to doing my thing and I said, man, I don't know, man. So I went ahead and started. I said, you know what? I got to go. So I went on in the bathroom, whatever. The gym is still on, whatever. I'm finna take it off. I touched it with my hand, and I happened to put my hand by my nose. I said, oh my God.
Oh my God, Lord Jesus. Oh my God.
So I didn't. I just left it on. Look, I just left it on. I didn't take it off. I said, yo, I'm gonna holler at you, so I'm about to bounce. So I go to my car, pop the trunk, and get. I had the rims and junk, so I got the spray that you spray on the tire. I sprayed it on my hand. Smell me. I'm like, yo, it still smell like that, yo. So I said, man, I can't touch my steering wheel like this. So I put a towel on my steering wheel. I drove to the nearest gas station, went in the bathroom. So I washed my hands, wash my hand. Smell my hand. I'm like, yo, it still ain't off yet.
Oh my God.
So I goes home, wash my hand again. I put Clorox, dish detergent. Still got the smell. I still got the Jimmy on. I said, man, I'm finna jump in the shower with the Jimmy on. So I took a shower with it on. Then I took it off and flushed it down the commode.
Oh my God.
So like three days later, the chick gonna call me. She like, you gonna come see me again? I'm like, I don't know. She said, I got something for you. I said, what you got for me? She said, I got a homegirl over here. We both want to see you.
Huh?
I said, huh? I said, matter of fact, I said, nah, you know what? I said, tell me off of Martin, called me and said, Martin got a boot on his car. And he ain't gonna be able to make it to work. So I got to go into work for him. Click and hung up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey,
oh man.
Oh my God, man.
My God.
Hey man. Segments, man.
This is where we got to go to church.
Feed these streets. We gotta feed these streets. Let me take these shades.
Gotta feed these streets.
Hey, these shades look pretty good though. Yeah, you right. Hey man.
Hey. The word of the day is unfriended
unfriended, blocked, don't want to be out. Hey, man.
Oh man.
Hey, don't get in them type of situations. Stay out the way. Stay out the way. But hey, we're gonna go to our break. We gotta go to our sponsors real quick. Forever Young, Beauties and Cosmetics. Ladies, this is Ladies Month. This is the month for ladies. Go to the website. Go to the website. Get you something nice. She has everything up there on that website. All for y'all. Captain Venture Partners. If you want to invest, make sure you go to K Mills. Now remember, you just heard the story now. K Mills 652 and King C. Los. Go to them. They are the money men, the real money men. 180 haircutting studio and male spa. Make sure you
call me now.
Hey, get your hair done. Cut. Guys, go get your hair cut. Hey, go get groomed up. You know, we gotta keep it nice and fresh for the ladies out here now. We be right back. SM Enlightenment Television. This is the Hustle Within, episode 18. We be back after these messages. Keep it locked.
I'll let them.
We back.
Oh, we back.
The king.
Yes, sir. We back, Ralph. This is Anthony Ant-Man and the Temptations. I mean, I'm sorry. This is the Hustle Within, episode 18. Man, we in the building, man. We back. They gave us another. Hey, we might not have another episode after this one, though, guys. No, I'm messing with you. Hey, we're back. SM Enlightenment Television. This is the Hustle Within, episode 18. And we got more. Hey, we got another question. Barbershop Talk. Sponsored by 180 Haircutting Studio and Male Spa. Man, guys, can you see yourself dating a bodybuilder female?
Whew. Oh man, man, I look at that picture and the only thing I think about is them telling me to get over here.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna start it round.
Oh man.
Round table. I got K Mill 652. Talk to me. What you see yourself dating a bodybuilding female? That's a sport now. That's a sport. It's a competitive sport.
Man, it depends on how much she bench, man. Because this last chick I was dealing with, she used to want to fight me all the time. So them bodybuilders probably can. Man, she might beat me up, man.
Yeah, you're right.
I can hear her now. Why you ain't put your clothes up? Boop, 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 boop.
Oh man. Woo-wee. Okay,
that's
what you got?
That's kind of hard, man.
Hey, K Mills, you ain't got to find a bodybuilder to be trying to fight you. You know, some of these, man, some people.
But I can take them blows though. Listen, I can take them on. I can take them right there. I can take that. I don't know about that bodybuilder, buddy.
Right. You know, like at the end of the day, they need love too, right? And I respect them, and I certainly respect their craft and whatever they do. And it's not just about what they look like; it's how you treat me. At the end of the day, so I keep it like that.
Right, I agree. I love all women. So I love all women. I think, hey, women, man, I love them. Yes. Bodybuilders, yes. Yeah. Now back you, K Mills. Now what you were saying, K Mills 652? Now you said something else now about now can you date a female that's more competitive than you in sports?
See, yeah, that I could do. Like back my 9th grade year, I dated a chick, she was a basketball player, she played point guard. You know, I played down low. So yeah, we used to always compete. Yeah. I just go to her game. She used to show out. She come see me. Yeah, I could do that. That makes you better.
Okay.
But,
so
me dating a bodybuilder is going to result to me getting black eyes.
When I say competitive, I mean to the point where you getting cussed out. You might get slapped. You might get, she ready to fight you.
They won't. Oh my God, look at that.
She might be ready to fight you. She might be, is one competitive female.
And I pulled out the sword.
Oh my God. Oh my bar. Okay.
Oh man.
Los. Can you see yourself dating a female that's competitive? I mean, super competitive. I'm not talking about this little love and basketball competitive. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that from Love and Basketball movie. I'm talking about super competitive, mean to the point of no return.
You talking about Coach Rob competitive?
Yeah, Coach Rob. Yeah, Coach
Oh
Rob
man, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
you know, I'm pretty competitive, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think sometimes you need somebody that understands that competitive drive.
Right.
And, I wouldn't have any problems as long as she know how to channel it, and like I do, I channel it well. You know, I'm not competing against my woman. I think being competitive is like being the best you can be, and if somebody can get with it, that's cool. You know, I'm super focused. Like my drive and my I'm lasered in on something. I'm like boom, 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 boom. Like this is how I got to get it done this way. Boom, boom, boom. And if she's competitive, like out there grinding, the hustle, that's all attractive to me. Especially like a woman that can hold her own and you know, intelligent, smart, and sexy with it. You know, nothing wrong with it.
It's all about the hustle within. Get it?
All right.
Yeah. With that being said, man, we got a special guest tonight, guys. She's a competitive. I call her a guardian angel. She's she's a protect. You know, she does social work, child protective services. So and very lovely. She's a Zeta. I'm gonna let her talk about that a little bit. And she's a mother. And she go hard. She's a competitor. Miss Frederica Sinclair. Bring her in.
Hello.
All
What's
right.
going on?
Hi.
Who's that?
I don't know who is it.
Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't know who that was at first. That's the competitive nature. Okay, we got Miss Sinclair in the building. Miss Sinclair, tell us about yourself. Where you from? Your background?
Okay, well, I'm originally from Lumberton, North Carolina. I have one
Love
son.
me.
He's 7. I work at Robertson County Department of Social Services. I've been there for 16 years. I currently serve as an in-home services supervisor. And of course, I am a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated.
Uh-oh. The blue, right? Oh, that's the red. The red or the blue?
Now, royal blue and white.
Okay. So, now I call you a guardian angel because you work in child protective services. So tell us a little bit about that, some of the things that you do to help the community out, some of the things you do for the community.
Okay, so Child Protective Services, most people know as CPS, and basically what happens is when someone has concerns in reference to the welfare of a child, they will call in a CPS report, and if it is accepted for either neglect, abuse, or dependency, it will be assigned to an investigator, and that investigator will go out and investigate to determine if that family can benefit from services. Unfortunately, in some cases, we do have to remove the kids outside of the home. Either the parents place them with a family member or friend, or sometimes they will have to go to foster care. I currently supervise in-home services where my team, we focus on family preservation. So our job is to assist the parents with whatever need that they need to better their parenting skills. We're not saying that they do not love their children. We're not saying that they do not provide care. It's just some areas of improvement. So in-home services, our job is to preserve the family, to keep them together, to put those resources in place for at least 90 days and be able to exit. However, in some cases, we are not able to do that. And we have to have court intervention. And sometimes we do have to move on to foster care.
So I know back in the day, they used to, when they hear child protective services, everybody get to running like roaches.
Oh yeah. I'm about to run now.
They get to running like roaches. So is that still the same stigma in the community that it was back, 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when you hear child protective services? So what is the community felt now? Like how do the community feel about child protective services?
Well, most people, when they see TV, when they think of CPS, they think that we want to put the kids in foster care and remove them from their families. That is not the case now. However, some families still feel the same way. That's just a misconception. That's just a myth that we just want to come out and put their kids in foster care. But based on us doing publicity, engaging with the community, I think a lot of people are understanding now that our goal is to help the families. You know, we help during the hurricane. We're first responders when it's time for shelter duty. And we run 24/7. So we have on-call workers. So we're here also to assist the family with daycare, any type of benefits that they need, resources in the community, transportation. So a lot of families are grateful for us, but you are still going to have those families who just see us as a negative impact in the community.
Okay, now I'm going to go to another question since our topic was talking about, do you believe men should be able to play in women professional sports?
I do. I think it should all be equal. I'm just going to say that it should just all be equal around the board, because I know there's some women that can be stiff competition to some men.
Okay, good answer. You're not going to get banned. You got a good answer. That was a good answer. Now,
here I'll jump in.
Okay, King C. Los. Okay.
Do you think your question was biased? I mean, your answer was biased.
I don't think it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like living in 2021, we're all equal. So just to segregate us now and say this can't happen, I just don't think it's right now. We have a female vice president, so why not?
Well, we're talking about sports. I want us to focus in on sports now. So, like, what sports? I mean, these are some of the questions that came up, and I think it's a really good topic because I think women are, you know, the backbones of this country and have been for very long time.
I love women.
That being said, you know, what sports do you see women competing in? Get specifics.
Well, sports in regards to like basketball, you have I just seen in regards to female pro wrestlers, bodybuilders, track and field, swimming. You have pro football now for women.
No, we're talking about integrating the sports.
Integrating.
Which sports? I'm putting you on the hot seat.
I see that. You said integrating, but I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any integration right now. I haven't seen any sports.
All right. Back to you, Ant.
Okay, so who is your role models? Like, who is your role model? Who do you look up to?
Where in regards to locally, I look up to my state director, who is Valerie Sinclair. She was my advisor when I became a Zeta. So I really look up to her because she's a true hustler. She's a grinder. She's a competitor, very educated, has her own business, as well as I look up to my mother. She's very strong-willed, determined. She's a go-getter. And just and I just look up to any female that's about self-care and that's about advancing and elevating your life.
Oh, beautiful. So what do you do for National Women International Women Day? What do you do for that? What do you do?
Well, at this point, I haven't done anything as of yet. However, I do know that my chapter, we plan, you know, we're focused on finding Womanhood Month this month. So we intertwine that, whereas we will be having a week of events to highlight some major officers in Zeta and just to educate women.
Now, okay, I forgot to mention that you're also the president of your chapter in the Zetas. So can you explain how you got that role and what are some of the things you got coming up that we can come to? Because we like to be entertained.
Yes.
And so we would like to know some of the entertainment that y'all beautiful Zeta women are doing coming up.
So I am a member of the Elite Alpha Phi Zeta chapter located in Lawrenceburg, North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I became bachelor's a little by default. My bachelor's actually was appointed the North Carolina State Director. And so once she received that appointment, I was first vice president. And so, of course, I automatically moved
president.
And I became president.
Oh, my God. I thought you were voted in. Oh, you. Oh my God.
I did. No, it's coming up. Elections is coming up.
Oh my God. Uh-oh. Might have a new president coming up.
Yes.
That's the shortest stint. The shortest stint a president in the history of Zetas is coming up. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Oh my God. I thought you were voted in this whole time.
No, I was voted in as vice. I was first vice president. I love that position because it's in regards to recruitment and bringing in new women to become Zetas. So that was my baby. I love being the first vice president. However,
well, you're going to be back there. Don't worry about it. You're going to be back
You're going to be president. You're going to be president. Hey, just don't get impeached.
Hey, don't get impeached. You're going to be impeached by next week, a week from now. So, yeah, you'll be back. You'll be back first vice president. What'd you say, first vice president?
Yes, back. I was first vice president.
Yeah, you have that job back. Don't worry about that. You'll get that back. President is going to be gone. That title is going to be gone. I know, I'm just joking. You're going to be the
I know, listen. I'm like, you can
we're going to vote you.
Hey, hold on.
Vote it back in. We're going to do a men's movement. We're going to do a men's movement. We're going to get you voted back in immediately.
Hey, hold on. While you still the president, can you what can you what Trump do when he get him out, when he got him out of jail?
Your partner.
Yeah, can you part me with child support? Can you part me out of child support?
Really?
She do work for Child Protective Services.
Oh man!
Oh man! You work for Child Protective Services. Can you get me out of child support?
I just heard her say she called you ISIS, dog.
ISIS?
No child support here.
Help me get out of child support.
Nope. Can't help
you. Oh man!
Oh my God! Okay.
Oh man!
Now, what kind of president are you then?
Well, I'm a president over Zeta, not child support.
Oh, okay.
I got you. You need to pay the wages. You need to turn in the wages.
I done got it together now.
Oh,
Now, Kate Mills got a bonus question for you. Kate Mills, what's the bonus question?
Oh, yeah, bonus question. Okay, so you in a relationship, but you and your boyfriend, y'all got separate kids. What do you think about whooping each other kids?
I do not agree with that.
Oh, that man be coming up with some political.
I do not agree with that.
Kate Mills,
oh my God. Anything to get misinterpreted or my boyfriend be alleged of abusing my son, so he can discipline his kids, and I'm going to discipline my one.
Cool.
Wow.
It's an understanding.
Of your understanding there. What about marriage? What if y'all were married? And that's his stepson.
I will ground. I will not do physical discipline, but I will ground. Take privileges away.
Okay. I understand that. That sounds good. Now, King CeeLo's got any questions for Miss
What's your
Sinclair?
favorite color? No, I put on already.
My favorite color is green, but everything I see is blue and white.
Okay.
So why is green your favorite color?
I like what you're wearing, blue. Big shout out to blue. So here's my other question. This is just kind of, I guess this is the bonus question to the bonus question.
Okay.
So how did you feel being put in the hot seat by King Los?
You know, I was like, he is coming for me, like for real. I was going, because, I'm going to flow with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it personal. That's your job.
No, don't.
That's your job. So kudos.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Oh, you see what she did? She did one of these.
Yeah. Oh man, she gave you one of them.
I did. It's okay.
Oh man.
I love it. Well, thank you for being such a good sport. This is a show that we talk about everything from A to Z, and you make a statement. I'm gonna see. I want to get more. I want you to elaborate. So it's nothing against you. It's just for us and the viewers to kind of have better dialogue. And guess what? Amazing women like you come on this show and do your thing, and it's amazing with the views that we get and the support that we get. So big salute to you, and I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Thank you.
So,
I have
another question, Miss Sinclair. Have you ever traveled to internationally? What have you traveled internationally?
I have not, and I want to. The whole COVID-19 put a stop to that, but I plan to in the near future.
Now, have COVID affected you in any kind of way? Have you, any family members or anybody been affected by COVID?
Some distant family members, yes. However, it has not affected me. I'm being safe because I've been working the entire time.
Cool.
Wow.
So it's just being safe and being prayed up.
Have you been traveling around North Carolina? Have you been traveling anywhere around North Carolina, like Charlotte?
No, I have not. Since this has occurred, I have not.
Okay, okay.
I have not been to Charlotte.
Charlotte.
I've been to Rockingham.
Rockingham.
I know I seen you somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
I've been to Scotland County, Laurinburg.
Okay. All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you on the show, Miss Sinclair. And give your shout outs and your handles and shout out the Zetas.
Yes, so I want to give a huge shout out to my Centennial International President, Valerie Hollingsworth Baker, my regional director, Dr. Donna D. Jordan, Dr. Donna W. Jordan, and my state director, Valerie Sinclair, and of course, the Alpha Phi Zeta chapter. And all the social workers. It's National Social Worker Appreciation Month. So kudos to all the social workers.
I didn't know that.
Are essential workers.
I didn't even know that. See, I'm
yes,
smart. See, I'm smart by bringing you on the show. I'm smart. I was very smart by bringing you on the show. Now, with that being said, once again, it was a pleasure having you on the show.
Absolutely.
And we definitely got to bring you back. You was a great guest. We got to bring you back in season 8 when you're the president again.
Yes, and I'll come back as the elected president, and I'll call all of y'all.
Yeah, the elected president. You got to become the elected president next time you come on. You got to become an elected president. You can't be on by default president now.
Then maybe she can get some stimulus check when she the elected president.
But it was a pleasure having you, Miss Sinclair, and we wish you the best and continue being that guardian angel. Our kids need you.
Absolutely. You are an inspiration. Thank you.
All right.
We'll support
you. Good night. Salute.
Bye-bye.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we definitely ain't getting no third season. I know that. we might not get an episode 19 after this show. K Mills really cut up this show. King C-Los cut up this show, and I cut up this show. So yeah, we might not get an episode 19 after this show. But I want to wish y'all the best in the future. Hey,
gotta feed these streets.
You gotta feed these streets. K Mills, give your shout outs and your handles.
All right, let me get a shout out to Doc in the back, killing it.
Yes, sir.
Ant-Man, King Los, then my homeboys Tico, Blow, Kevin, T, Stomp, Reggie, Buck, Lil Buck, and all E-Town. Holla at me, man.
E-Town, stand up.
Stand up.
Yes, sir. King C-Los. Holla at me.
Big shout out to everybody. That's it.
Yes, sir. I want to shout out our special guest, Frederica Sinclair, the guardian angel, all these kids out here, Laurinburg, Lumberton, North Carolina, and just continue blessing and keeping it locked. Make sure that y'all follow the Hustle Within, SM Enlightenment Television on YouTube, and also SMEnlightenmentmedia.com. Make sure you follow us, the Hustle Within podcast. This is episode 18. We locked in every Sunday. We locked in. Keep it locked. And make sure you follow me, Captain ENT. Anthony 33 Little. I'm trying to get more followers. I don't know about y'all. I gotta get more followers.
Hey, we might even flip your taxes.
I'm Anthony Little, and these are the temptations. These are. Hey, y'all have a good night, man.
Call me now.
Keep it locked. We out.
Holla at me, man.
Yes, sir.